The story of Bubba Cascio encompasses a legendary era in the National Cutting Horse Association. Born Charles William Cascio in 1932 in Houston, Texas, Bubba's career with horses began at the racetrack, where he started hot walking horses at the age of 10. Within a few years, Bubba was working as a jockey, but when he got too tall, it was then that the opportunity to ride cutting horses came about.
The Matlock Rose had come to J3 ranch, Lester Goodson's place, to do the performance horses. And my dad was still training the race horses there, and I was galloping for him. And I followed just right into the deal where Matlock was there, and you want to help me with this coach, you know, and got to ride and coach with him and roping a little bit with him. And
Matlock remained a lifelong mentor and close friend to Bubba.
Well, I'll put it this way. At one time, I felt like Matlock was my dad. But he had a big heart that people didn't know.
For 15 years, Bubba and Matlock hauled and trained together. Bubba credits Matlock with helping make it possible for him to purchase the iconic cutting mare Royal Jazzy. By Royal King and out of the little jazz mare, Jazz Mal, Royal Jazzy and Bubba dominated the cutting scene in those days.
When a cat come to her and just look at her, and she'd drop down, you know, it's trembling all over it. I went to Dallas 4 years in a row, but I went 3 years in a row on her. The finals at Dallas Fair, that's the last time I won it on her. And I remember that ride if it was yesterday. I wish you'd have seen her. I wish you could have seen her. I thought that she's the best horse I ever rode.
Bubba rode Royal Jazzy to spots in the top 10 of the NCHA standings in 1961 and 1962. And the team earned NCHA silver and bronze awards in 1963. In an era when most of the major cuttings were held at stock shows and state fairs, a highlight of Bubba's career was winning 15 of those major shows in a short time frame.
You know, out of all the shows, I'm proud of this because Matlock and Buster was, you know, my island, really. Both of them put together won 13 of them big shows. I think Buster wins 7 of them, Matlock wins 6. I win 15 of them.
In the late 1960s, training racehorses became a full-time career for Bubba, whose racing commitments kept him from traveling to the cuttings. Bubba trained the immortal Dash for Cash to 2 Champion of Champion crowns in 1976 and 1977. He says Dash for Cash's exceptional mind and incomparable stride put the racing world champion in a class by himself.
Oh, Dash for Cash. Yeah, he had the mind. He had the mind. He done all of it by business. He knew what he was doing.
Bubba also trained All-American Futurity winners 3-0s and Dash for Cash's sire, Rocket Wrangler, among many other notables. In fact, when starting 3-0s, Bubba noticed that beyond his natural speed, the horse exhibited quite a bit of cow.
I had some cattle in there, and I rode by them cattle. He done it back. I said, "Look here," and I started working them on some cattle. And I said, "Hey, if I'm gonna try to run this horse, I better quit this." He would just get out on a cow. He beat anything I ever seen. And he's the youngest horse ever win the All-American.
Considered to be one of the greatest horsemen, if not the greatest horseman to have ever lived, Bubba has not only left an indelible mark on the history of the NCHA, but influenced many great trainers in multiple disciplines along the way.
You know, I hear this about my horsemanship, and I appreciate people saying that. In my lifetime, I've never been afraid to ask somebody something. But you got to say it in a way that they know that you really have it in your heart, you know. But I'm going to try to help anybody that wants me to help them. You know, that's the way I feel about it. I could help people all the time. I love to help people.
Bubba and his wife Judy live in Tolar, Texas, where horses still dominate their lives. Bubba's mentors and friends from the NCHA mean so much to him that he says being inducted into the Members Hall of Fame is one of the proudest honors of his life.
We got a heart for each other. And my heart has always been with the people that I come up with and feel comfortable with. And I felt more comfortable with these people than any I ever messed with, and they're more genuine. John Carter and Shorty Freeman, Phil Williams, he went with us a whole lot. So, you know, them kind of guys, you don't never forget them. They're always in my prayers at night. That's why, you know, you want to get into something like this. I just wanted to be in here with them.